Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manwha Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Soul Leveling Chapter 163. And last chapter we learned about the never-ending war. And we found out that in all reality, it was just entertainment for the absolute being. And woo, oh man, they were not having it. Nope. And let's be real, they served the absolute being a nice cold karma colada. Anyway, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. When I returned, everything was already over. Yeah, that karma colada must have been sweet. The remaining fragments of brilliant light had killed the absolute being and called themselves the new gods, thus assuming the position of the rulers, and used various tools containing the power of the absolute being to hunt down the sovereigns. Yeah, they got power hungry. That is what happened. And the timing of this chapter is very interesting. Well, I should say this, aka this was a coup d'etat. As a result, the king of giants, Ligia, was captured by the rulers. Well, and the power balance between the two sides collapsed. Then the sovereigns realized the severity of the situation and used that moment to reach out to the sovereigns. They had no choice but to combine forces with me in order to combat our common enemy, the rulers. From then on, I continued the long-lasting battle. As neither a fragment of brilliant light nor an emissary of God, but as the shadow monarch. Time was on my side. The corpses and the souls that remained on the battlefield, and when I combined forces with the army of destruction led by the king of berserk dragons, the monarchs as well as the rulers came to fear me. Two of the monarchs who feared me aimed for my back after combining forces, and due to that, my shadow army was nearly annihilated. Strength that was too powerful and had brought me betrayal. That don't surprise me. It don't. Not at all. God, this panel is gorgeous. But I understand, because this is why I've been calling him Hades, amongst many things. But it's kind of like getting rid of it's kind of like getting rid of Hades and balancing upsetting the balance of things, of life and death. What did you expect? It's also kind of like what we've seen in Nanatsu no Taizai, when you upset the balance of light and darkness, there's chaos. Yes. What did you expect to happen? And by the way, go read the Four Nights of the Apocalypse, aka the sequel to Taizai, because woo, is it good. While the king of the beast monarch, ran away after abandoning his soldiers like a bitch. The king of the demons, the monarch of white flames, Baran, had to pay the ultimate price, but then... This art is looking good. We are getting better art. Thank God we are getting better art. Because soul leveling art has been, for the longest time, it has been lacking. But it's getting better. Ooh, the brilliant light. Like it should be. Ooh, that contrast is looking good. I love that we have like this apocalyptic sky going on in this background. Oh, God. Here we go. We have Hades versus heaven. Hades versus, well, should I be saying Hades versus Olympus? I could say Hades versus heaven. Please, it's time for you to forgive us. Oh, the greatest fragment of brilliant light. There's no reason for us to fight any longer. Even though they possessed enough power to send me back to nothingness if they wanted to, they chose to pursue peace. It was the least respect they could have shown me. Ooh. Or the time I was their ally fighting on the front lines while leading the army of brilliant light. No reason, you say? Have you not harmed my liege with your swords and spears? He was our master as well. These bitches. That is precisely why your crimes are even more heinous. I 1,000,000,000% agree. Backstabbing is one of the worst things you could do. Pulling a well, it's not just backstabbing and, double crossing. Them motherfuckers pulled a coup d'etat. Like, what do you want? You should understand better than anyone how we felt when we raised our banners of rebellion against our master. We simply wanted to end this war. Pierce my heart with your spears. This is the end that you so desperately seek. You shall finally become the victors of this war. War is not going to end when you do that. Let's be real. Please find it in your hearts to forgive us. Kill me now. Kill me now. Dude! What's that going to do? Killing you would be too easy. Death is too easy. Nah, you guys deserve worse than death. Please quell your anger, oh greatest fragment of brilliant light. I was overwhelmed. I could not come up with any kind of solution. So I decided to hide myself for the sake of revenge. Since I had trapped the monarch of white flames within me, I was planning on striking the forces of the beast monarch after letting my body recover. Ooh. But while I was hiding, the monarchs who lost the majority of their power had been defeated by the rulers, and when I reappeared in front of the monarchs who took their chances to escape to the crack between the dimensions, the king of dragons did not permit any kind of fighting, knowing that it was time for them to recover their strength, and as such he gladly allowed me to join his forces. We went searching for a new world for the sake of building up our new army. Earth? Ooh, I love this. I love the gears. This looks good. But yeah. That is correct. To the humans, the appearance of the monarchs must have seemed very unprecedented. Their annihilation was inevitable. Cities going up in a sea of flames. I've seen this scenery before. The demon castle. Is this what will happen in the future? No, this is a record of the past. What do you mean? If the monarch's reason of existence is destruction, then the reason for the existence of the rulers was to maintain this world where the absolute being was no longer. The rulers belatedly detected the movement of the sovereigns and sent their armies, and everything had come to an end. Sounds like the end of days right there. Naturally, the rulers grew angry at the fact that the army of chaos world they failed to eradicate managed to bring destruction upon another world. But in order to correct this, they used their tool containing the power of the absolute being, which they had prohibited themselves from using. The tool of God, the cup of reincarnation. Ooh. Sounds like the Holy Grail. It was an incredible tool that could turn back time by 10 years. Wait a minute. Now, remember what I've asked? If this creates multiverse. But right now, it don't sound like we got a multiverse situation here. Like with Time Leaper and Eden Zero. That's the best example. Anyway, the rulers used everything they had in order to save this world, but the current Earth was way too weak to fight against the monarchs, and the Earth where no magical energy resided could not endure the mass-scale battles. Whether the monarchs or the rulers won the battle, the impact brought upon this planet would remain the same. Thus, the rulers made a drastic decision. If they can't save everyone, they wanted to make sure that at least some would survive, so those people could continue on in this world. So that's how hunters were created. They were making human beings capable of surviving the collusion between the two forces. The rulers wanted the humans to survive no matter what they had to do. Those that could survive in the changed world. Well, yeah, that's evolution technically, but okay. If they realize the fact that with the exception of the small number of people who are hunters, everyone must die, could society really operate normally? It's called survival of the fittest, and the thing is that they're doing right now is underestimating the power of the human spirit, because humans have been through a lot of shit. We will evolve and adapt. That's something that we've done for centuries. That's why I say you mofo's underestimate us. I know a good chunk of us are suffering from the stupidity pandemic, which has been happening long before um, Corona Sama appeared. Well, she started out as Corona-chan, but she's now in Corona-sama mode. But anyway, the Demon King is a fragment of memories left behind by the Shadow Monarch. So this world has already gone through countless annihilations. You know what this reminds me of? I have to say this. This reminds me of Kiri's ability in UQ Holder. Because what Kiri was able to do, she can't do it no more. She was able to like set checkpoints. So like if she died, she was able to go back to that checkpoint. That's what this is making me think of. Indeed, although the higher beings are not able to go against the flow of time, they are able to perceive the change in the flow of time created by the cup of reincarnation. While the rulers tried to fix their mistakes several times, the sovereigns also began modifying their plan continuously until the tool of God couldn't be used anymore. Hold up. You telling me that there is a limit to the cup of reincarnation? There is no such thing as infinite power. Well, no shit. Just like how the absolute being who is capable of creating worlds was eliminated by his own creations, there is a limit to every power. So, how are the creations able to kill their creator? It's no difference to humans dying from machines they had created. We were created to fight, and our powers were more than enough to bring down our own creator. Then the sovereigns utilized the rulers' methods to create a plan of their own. Similar to how rulers lent power to humans so they could kill magical beasts, thus strengthening the world. Sovereigns would also borrow a human's body to descend onto the world and bring their armies far earlier than the expectations of the rulers. They planned to use magical energy that was spread around the planet by the rulers to turn the entirety of Earth into one large trap, so that they could devour the rulers' armies coming to aid humanity in one go. Precisely. Yep. For a sovereign who possesses incredible power to cross over into this world, they need a host body who is able to handle their power. But because me and the Monarch of Destruction possess powers too great, we could not find humans who are suitable to be our host. At that time, one of the most capable mages working under a king came to me with a proposal. They were willing to find me a suitable human. That mage called the architect, called the architect, asserted that they would give me assistance, but only for an imperishable body in return. But unfortunately, no living thing could become a vessel to contain death. You see what I mean? You can't upset the balance of things. No. The architect with the system he had designed searched high and low for one talented in sensing magic power, one with prodigal physical power, one with superiority, one with great mentality. The architect searched for a human whose strength would meet my powers. The search was not an easy one. But in the midst of his scavenging, he found someone who bested his system, someone who rewrote the rules of his game and exceeded his expectations. You, who was always weak, always closest to death, and yet evaded death again and again. I watched you. And even in the opposition of the architect, I picked you. I shall say it once more. I am the record of your struggles, the evidence of your resistance, and the reward of your pain. Even though I had exceeded the architect's expectations, I must not have been enough to be able to handle your power. The architect used objects of human skill and human presence to adjust to my strength. Games and recreation, by using those to fuel your amusement to architect's system, which used my power, transformed your body level by level to match mine. That was smart. So there was a reason why the system had an analogous appearance to a game, especially with the player aspects of it. That was smart. But you betrayed the architect. Shadow Monarch, how could you? Do you really believe that the other monarchs will sit by and watch? Why? The ruler's apology, the betrayal of the monarchs. I pondered on which side I should stand on. I made a decision, and I wanted it to be that way. The time I spent with you was so blissful. Perhaps I did not want to lose you. I became you. You became me. No matter who becomes the owner of this body, it will not be strange, for we are already one. Yep. Therefore, I will offer you a choice. You could stay in this domain of death and enjoy the eternal dreams you've created for yourself. You could choose to rest. If that is not your choice, you will be sent to reality once more. You will have to fight your adversaries. You said you had made your decision, but you did not stand with the leaders. So why did you escape to the other world with the monarchs, even though your will to fight the rulers had long dissipated? It was because that place did not offer a place for me. Ooh. My answer is the same. This is not a place where I should be. Yeah. Is this the last time I will be seeing you? I will return to rest, but you, the Shadow Monarch, will live an imperishable life. Thus, the crossing of our paths is quite unlikely. Well, with death, your power has become absolute. The way to go back is, I know, because I am you. Yes, the Hades awakening time. Let's go. Here we go. Arise! Yes! We are Hades. We are full on Hades now. We no longer demigod. We are full on Hades. But something I would like to see, and we will see it next chapter, especially because the human Jinwoo's human heart technically stopped beating, and he was dead. I want to see the hearts, especially now that they were two hearts for a minute. I want to see them like fully merge now because of what they said, that I am you and you are me. Because of that, the heart should be merged, and I would like to see that, so we can have our full-on Hades moment. And yes, I'm so hyped to see my full-on Hades transformation next week. My full-on Hades transformation is going to be lit. Oh, God. We are getting so many awakenings. I've been getting a lot of the awakenings I've been wanting. And you know why? Because the writing calls for it. Yes. Now, if the one in Dragon Ball Super happens, like, I hope it does, I will be very, 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 very happy. If it doesn't, I'm going to be mad. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. Now, here with Hades, I totally understand where he's, aka the Shadow Monarch. I understand where he's coming from. He is kind of like Chaos, the equivalent of the King of Chaos that we see in Nanatsu no Taizai, because he represents the balance, like the in between, the balance of the monarchs and the rulers. And oh God, I don't blame him for not wanting to be on either side. He don't want to be on either extreme. He wants to be in the center, because if he goes to one side or the other, it will upset the balance of things, and things will go haywire. But the other thing is like, why the fuck would he choose one side, the side that like stabbed him in the back? Like, why the fuck would he choose them? Especially since they are the one that did a coup d'etat, even though that coup d'etat was valid. It was, to an extent, it was valid, but they didn't think of another way. There was always another way to resolve things. There was. But at the same time, we don't know how shit went down with the absolute being. We don't know if there was any combos or what, or any diplomacy, or if they just went straight there and just like fucking stabbed him like barbarians. We do not know. So, but anyway, I'm very happy with this chapter. I really do like the lore that we got here. I'm very happy that we have we got our Hades. We're going to see father and son fight together as well. I'm very stoked for that. And it also makes me think of, in a way, it makes me think of the God of High School because of, of the balance that Mori Chin kind of represents too. But we will see. We will see. In terms of art, I will say this art is getting better and better, especially as of late. What I say it's getting to God of High School and Tower of, it's not going to get to Tower of God levels for a while, but God of High School, it's starting to get there. I'm really liking how the color palette is being utilized. It's really, really nice. But I love finding out how the architect was created and what his purpose was. I love that the Cup of Resurrection does have a limit and that nothing is infinite. That is something that is very important. Because if something was infinite, again, it would upset the balance of things. Like I said earlier, if there was no underworld to go to and there was no no death, it would upset the balance of things and there would be like way more overpopulation. And there would be like no more food and shit like that. See what I mean? But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. I still am curious about like the multiverse thing. I don't think it is a multiverse situation, but I feel like it's more like Kiri's ability in UQ Holder than anything else. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more soul leveling content. There's a few ways you could do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That is in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!